Now then, Lord Van Zeeks, how does the prosecution wish to proceed?
By fucking taking a huge sip of booze first. This trial is rapidly descending into a farce. How's that, Polly? Like a corked wine. The first few sips are bitter enough. And then you throw it. Great. But what follows is so repugnant, it's good for nothing, save the gutter.
If I may, Lord Van Zeeks, the defense just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what had happened.
Credible? Is that your considered opinion, Mr. Foreman? The defense's argument is a joke to which I barely know how to respond. But let me start by inciting that you must all familiarize yourselves better with the relative positions of those places being discussed.
What do you mean by that? What's his angle this time?
It should already be more than apparent that between the crime scene and the Garrideb household runs a rather wide street, Briar Road. Which means that the distance from the Garrideb's house to the scene is 15 yards.
Let me see. 15 yards. That's around 14 meters. I don't know any of these units of measurement. 14 meters? Oh, that's a little farther than I imagined.
And, as you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightly noted as having portentous significance, the fourth book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, the smouldering book, wantonly hurled by the lady of the house, travelled some 15 yards, to land on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed victim's fingers and thumb. Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? And did the jackknife follow a near identical trajectory to plunge in the middle of that victim's back? This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of having a bad day for the victim, I think. Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plots.
You take that back. You fucking take that back, you piece of shit.
There's nothing I can say to that. That prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice. Mrs. Sato. Serialized detective stories are pathetic, aren't they? How dare he? See?
You and me both, girl!
Maybe let's pick up battles here. My lord, might I be allowed to speak?
As judicial assistant, you may speak for the defense. Yes, go ahead.
The prosecution may consider the idea a fantasy, but what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning, and as such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as thoroughly as possible. To that end, juror number 4, Mrs. Joanne Garrideb, must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination.
Saints alive! A cross-examination of a juror?
Well, to be fair, she wouldn't have been a juror here because she's, related to the case. That's not how it...
Order! Order! Well, this is highly irregular. It is unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned into the witness's stand.
And now he throws the bottle too. Ah! Someone screams! And unnecessary.
Lord Van Zeeks?
There are already witnesses in the stand whose testimony the defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend's farcical theory holds, then both the burning book and the jackknife must have flown through the sky before this couple's eyes. And we must assume they would be able to testify accordingly.
What say you, witnesses?
I forgot you guys were here. Raleigh, wake up! Wake up! Yes, sir! Constable Raleigh Bate, reporting for duty, sir!
Well, good morning, officer.
Sorry for dozing off until now, sir. I haven't slept for a month on account of a villain who's appeared on my beat, sir. Oh, they are so heroic, these London bobbies. Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you, but no more. Oh, Rolly, my hero, you make me swoon.
Jesus Christ.
Very well. I hereby reject the defense's request.
Oh,
And order the witnesses in the stand to testify again. State forthwith before the court any details pertaining to defense's alternative explanation of events.
yes, sir.
I feel a little sleepy every time he's on. Constable Beats, report.
This case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb, believe me. A London bobby is good for his word. You see, sir, the window on the top floor of the Garrideb house are top-hinged casements. Obviously, if anything had been thrown out of the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go and fetch help, but my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. I didn't take my eyes off the crime scene for one moment, sir. Nothing strange to report on that front, sir.
Are you sure? You could have just been sleeping on the fucking floor.
Well, this is quite startling. Top-hinged casement windows.
That detail was not in the police report, Constable.
Ah, yes, I'm sorry about that. I must have been a little drowsy.
You cannot excuse your sins with drowsiness every time, Constable.
No, sir.
Sorry, but what exactly is a top-hinged casement window? And you? You cannot excuse your ignorance with such trite remarks, my learned friend. Of course, sorry. I'm a foreigner. Help me out here.
I found it, Mr. Naruhodo. Cast your mind back to the windows in Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's room.
The one where Sholmes was standing on? All right, I'll try.
So, the windows open in order to allow air to circulate in the room. But as it's a top-hinged casement window, it swings open along the upper edge, you see?
That's actually a really good demonstration of what it is, thank you. I'm glad you've rectified your ignorance. A casement window's most prominent feature is its stay, a metal bar which prevents the window from being opened beyond a certain amount. It prevents it opening? This is all news to me.
Absolutely correct, sir. In other words, if a book or knife would have been thrown through the open window, it would have clattered against the pane and fallen straight down to the pavement below.
No! You see the problem, then? Good. Your education in windows is complete. There was never any possibility of either the book or the knife travelling 15 yards off the road. That is, unless the window pane had been shattered, something we've discounted already. That can't be.
Did you see that, Rolly? The young Japanese man just collapsed in agony. Oh, yes, my darling, I saw it. I saw how he crumbled before me. Oh, Rolly, you're so strong.
What the fuck? How is this happening? I haven't even started the cross-examination yet, and already my argument's been destroyed.
Counsel, if you could drag yourself upright again, the court awaits your cross-examination.
Excuse me. My lord. Oh god, another desperate situation. Yeah, we have a lot of those. Well, the Naruhodo clan has a lot of those. It's in your blood. Alright, skipping around?
Hold it!
How can you say that for certain?
A very good question, sir. And the answer is this. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all of us policemen of our sworn duty. He showed us that before, didn't he?
Did he? I can't say I remember.
to patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of a common man. It's what all the job's about. And that is why I can stand here today beside my long-suffering wife and tell you that a Bobby is good for his word, while rubbing my tired eyes admittedly, sir.
Oh, Rolly, you're so manly.
Of course I am, my darling Patricia.
Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly.
No, none of this is what I meant. I meant, how could you say for certain that this case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb?
Ah, I see, sir. You should have said so earlier, sir.
Yes, well, so could you answer the question? Well, that was a waste of time then.
Absolutely, sir. I will answer it to my fullest of abilities, sir. There's a surprising reason why Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb's domestic dispute can't be related to this case. But before I get into that, sir, just one thing.
Yes?
I'd very much like you and all your countrymen to understand the great British institution of Scotland Yard. So, I hope you take back some tales of us London bobbies and how we uphold our guiding principles.
I wasn't planning on going back just yet. I've only just arrived here.
So to that end, sir, I'd be happy to lend you my warrant card for your perusal. But I must warn you, you won't be able to get through it without shedding a few tears.
Thank you. I'll try. I mean, hey, evidence is evidence. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking take it to. Oh boy. Is this like a press all? In that case, I won't be skipping. By which you mean they don't fully open, is that correct?
Yes, sir. They're just there to allow a bit of air through the house, you see? So they're restricted as to how much they open.
And therefore, anything thrown out of the window from inside the room would simply strike the pane and fall to the street directly below. For clarity, allow me to mark the map. Here is a location where objects would have fallen.
Yes, directly opposite the crime of the scene of the crime on the other side of the road.
Would it have been hard for somebody to mention this top hinge casement thing before? Well, I have another question for you, Constable.
And what would that be, sir?
How do you even know? Why would you have any idea what sort of windows Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb's house is furnished with? Because he probably knocks on it.
Ah, well, sir, that is very simple. You see, I helped with the investigation yesterday.
Oh, Patricia? Patricia? What's up? Excuse me? You good, girlie? Do you have something to add, Mrs. Beat?
Sorry?
You look, well, delighted. Is there some particular reason for that?
Oh, I was just remembering, that's all. We really were so lucky.
Lucky? What do you mean?
Well, of course I feel terrible for the poor woman who was attacked. Don't misunderstand me, please. But we were just so lucky it didn't happen on Rolly's beat. It was so close, you see.
Oh, I hadn't realized.
Oh, yes, that street, Briar Road, that's the boundary between Rolly's beat and the next one. Isn't that right, my love?
Constable Beat!
Yes, that's right. That's the reason I was helping out with interviewing the occupants of the Garadeb household yesterday. The house is on my beat, you see, sir.
That really was cutting it close then.
Constable, I wonder if you could clarify something. If the Garadeb household is on your beat, does that mean that the pavement next to it as well? Outside Mr. Garadeb's house? Yes, ma'am. The pavement on that side of the road is part of my beat.
I see. I was unaware of that.
Just think, if the woman had been attacked just on the other side of Friar Road, we would have never been able to go for that meal to celebrate our wedding anniversary. But that's the life of the Bobby, after all.
Extraordinary people are Bobbies, tirelessly working for the benefit of all Londoners.
Do you know what I think? I think it was the good Lord's way of rewarding my Rolly for all his hard work. Don't you think so, darling? That must be it, Pat, my love. That must be it.
I think perhaps we should make sure that we have information officially on record.
Leave it to me, Mr. Naruhodo. I'll take care of it immediately. Thank you, Mrs. Sato. Oh, she updated our evidence.
Not in the way that Edward did.
And now it's my turn, I think.
Obviously, if anything had been thrown out the window, we would have seen it. That's true. But according to my notes here, the sun had gone down already and it was dark.
Oh, but Rolly and I were strolling along, gazing at the night sky and looking for our lucky star.
Sorry?
The star that will guide us to eternal happiness.
Can't it guide you to answer the question?
If a flaming book had cut across the sky from us, it would have lit up like a shooting star. And if we'd seen the shooting star, I would have made a wish. Let Rolly be an inspector, I would have said, 3 times at least. Of course, with what the smog and everything, we couldn't actually see any stars.
In short, are you trying to say that neither a book nor a knife crossed the sky before you?
Yes, sir, that is correct, sir. As sure as the night sky in London is starless, sir.
It certainly seems like they're telling the truth.
And then we saw the poor woman fall to the ground, so we ran straight over to help her.
I did leave the scene to go and fetch help, but my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. But your trusty Rolly is also falling the fuck asleep, standing up, so I'm kind of sus about that. Yes, you said you went to a nearby police box to fetch another officer, is that right?
That's right, yes. If it had been on Rolly's beat, I would have known exactly where I was going, of course. Don't feel bad, my love. You can't be expected to know the location of every police box on every beat. So Rolly told me told me the way. Only I sort of got a little confused. Patricia, my darling, that's why I love you. Your terrible sense of direction is bewitching to me. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly.
Oh, please. Me too, Renosk.
So I suppose I was gone for about 15 minutes. Like I said, my Rolly was at the scene the whole time, making sure nothing was disturbed. I was off duty at the time, of course, but a true Bobby is never really off duty, sir.
I didn't take my eye off. Yeah, I'm kind of sus about that. X to doubt. Objection. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Nothing to report.
That's correct, sir. I had my eyes open the entire time, never looked away for a second. No one else approached the scene, and nothing was removed from it. I can swear to that on the yard's honor, sir.
Really? That seems a little strange.
I beg your pardon, sir. Strange, sir. Seems altogether regular to me.
This burnt copy of The Lion's Pride was originally in the Garadeb household, so the question remains, how did it find its way into the hand of the victim? Can you shed any light on that, seeing as you were at the scene of the crime the entire time? ...
Aha! Could it be a different copy, sir? One that just happened to be burnt as well?
Even if that were possible, why would the victim have been gripping a book like that in her hand? As we can see from this photographic print, she had a bag over her shoulder. Oh well, sir, that book was in the lady's hand from the moment we arrived at the scene. Is that so? There's something about the statement that's not sitting right with me. The two mysteries of how that knife ended up in her back and how that book ended up in her hand. There must be some common thread between them.
Can I ask you something? Please, Mr. Lawyer, sir?
Yes, of course. What is it?
You're doubting us, aren't you? I can tell.
What? I wasn't really... what is she doing?
Please, just because I'm a woman, it doesn't make my testimony any less valuable. You might just see me as the wife of a policeman, but I'm a woman of my word, I am.
I really don't ever remember suggesting that I doubted you.
No excuses. I don't want to hear it. My voice will be heard while she strangles poor Rolly. My lord, you will let me speak, won't you?
Yes, Mrs. Bede, I will allow you to supplement your testimony if you so desire. Sometimes the path of the least resistance is the sage one.
What the fuck does that mean? That was a very loud mutter.
I heard that. The Japanese man thinks a policeman's wife's word counts for nothing, does he?
I didn't say that.
Well, watch out, sir. I might let you get away with something like that, but my Rolly won't.
Duly noted, Mrs. Bede. Please, I humbly ask you to continue.
What could she possibly be about to say, I wonder?
I don't know, but it's gonna be some dumbass shit.
I know what I saw. My eyes never let me down. My sense of direction is a little bit off sometimes, though.
There we go.